This is a mobile e-learning course that demonstrates first touch values, standards, rules, and philosophy for new and experienced soccer coaches who don't have a clear expectation of the institution and don't follow the principles of the league. Unlike regular meetings, hands-outs, and in-person conversations, this project will allow coaches to interact with meaningful scenarios and reflect on what First Touch expects from them, so they can apply the acquired knowledge during practices and games. By changing their behavior, coaches will show professionalism in front of players, parents, referees, and other leagues. As a result, First Touch credibility will improve, attracting sponsors to support its cause. We'll measure the outcomes by observations throughout the spring season. First Touch is a non-profit organization that teaches young people valuable life skills through participating in recreational soccer programs. It needs to follow particular procedures to function as an NGO and find sponsors on soccer fields. The core of the organization is volunteer coaches that are the direct contact with the audience. Following, you'll see several problems that prevent the organizations from accomplishing its goal. First Touch communicated the problem with coaches and they received suggestions with positivism, but the problem persists for several reasons. This training will allow First Touch to communicate clear goals, objectives, responsibilities, and values in an interactive format. At the end of this training, coaches will apply First Touch philosophies, values, and rules during practices and games in the upcoming spring season. The project will mitigate the problem because it provides coaches with the opportunities to reflect on meaningful scenarios in which they will need to apply the concepts of recreational sports and sportsmanship combined with organization rules. In the past, coaches received this information passively, but in the training, they will interact with the information and apply it in real life situations and later incorporate them during practices and games. First Touch will have coaches showing professional behavior with parents and players, demonstrating their interest in the organization's values and philosophy. Therefore, the organization's credibility will improve, attracting more sponsors to support its cause. The person in charge of this project will only perform the following duties related to the online training. Upon completing this course, coaches will have a clear idea of First Touch values, philosophy, and rules and apply them during practices and games. At the end of this training, coaches will have the following learning outcomes. This project will be accessible through a link provided on the First Touch website. EdApp is the tool selected to develop the course. It is an application that supports mobile learning so that coaches can do it using their personal computer or mobile device by downloading the app. The content will be divided into small chunks of information, giving flexibility to participants to complete the training at their own pace. The online training will have one module divided into three different sections. Each section will begin and end with the same test to identify what participants learned from the training. This assessment will serve as a pre-test and knowledge check. The content will be delivered with scenarios presented in reading. Each scenario will contain several problems to guide coaches to reflect on them and solve them so they can apply those solutions in future situations. We're going to see a quick demonstration of one activity. This is one scenario that has several parts and it presents a problem. The problems are common and this coach makes a mistake. So students will need to identify what is the wrong answer, what the coach did wrong. So by doing this, okay, they can experiment if this is wrong or not. They can continue or they can go back. As you can see, um, they have a specific feedback that explains them why it is wrong or why it's right. Okay, then they will have the opportunity to correct the situation, and this is one of the answers that is correct, that is following the rules. And then the second part of the scenario that explains and presents a different problem. The situation is similar, okay, and then they will have to correct the situation. And the third part of the scenario that continues with the problem. The analysis phase is complete. We'll continue with the design marked with red fonts and later with the development, implementation, and evaluation marked with bold letters.